News right here on Mr. Slime Media. Before I get started on my video about my movie review, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's having a wonderful holiday right now. I'd like to top it off, because it's Christmas Day, so want to make sure I wish everybody a Merry Christmas on here. Appreciate everybody that's right here, subscribe to Slime News this year as well for this holiday. And this is going to be a long video, so bear with me. I appreciate anybody that stays throughout this whole video because this is going to be a long video. Because I'm finna talk about. This is my review on Sonic Movie 3. So y'all stay tuned. Like I said, it's gonna be a long video right here, man. So y'all stay right here with me, man. Cause I'm finna talk about everything. Spoilers. This is a spoiler review. So if you have not seen the movie, please now look at this video as well. Cause I'm gonna talk about everything that happened on this movie. First off, I'd like to say, Keanu Reeves' Shadow. Man, he killed it. I'm a big Shadow fan. Like I said, if you've been watching my videos, you know I got Shadow tattooed right here on my left wrist. Also as well. And also, you know how much I like Shadow. I'm a big fan of Shadow. So, definitely like, I love Shadow. I'm biased. This right here is my movie of the year. Based off the fact, because, like I said, maybe because I'm a Shadow fan, and this is one of my favorite stories from Sonic, so this is my movie of the year. And I'm glad he got done right. Keanu Reeves killed it as Shadow. Man, he was so good, so dope as Shadow. So, like I said, man, I definitely enjoyed myself, man, with this film, man. Definitely pure cinema, so awesome. This movie definitely is good. Definitely is good. Director Jeff Fowler, who directed all the Sonic movie, he actually did play a hand in doing Sonic Adventure 2, so he understands the film, understands what's going on. So that's what makes this film so good as well, because he understood, like, oh my goodness, like, Sonic, he know about the whole thing because he did the game Sonic Adventure 2, so he understood the story. More directors need to be like this. Sony, pay attention. That's what y'all need to do. What's wrong with y'all movies now? Have somebody that's directing and knows the story and knows the characters so much. That way, that can make it, good and all. Because that's definitely why I think this film definitely is so good and all that. Because Jeff Fowler knows the material and knows what he's doing. He knows the character. So, like I said, Keanu Reeves killed this Shadow, man. Definitely dope. And people always get on Keanu Reeves, the actor, all that and everything. Because people don't know, before like John Wick came out, he was kind of like on a downhill, he wasn't doing a lot of films. People were kind of saying he fell off. Then John Wick came, and that's what kind of skyrocketed his career and all that again with the John Wick films. But this all his voice acting, he killed this Shadow. He literally is Shadow. When I hear the voice in the game and all that, he's just like how Keanu Reeves is in the movie. Like, definitely, man, he killed it. And Shadow, man, with the voiceover. It felt like I was just playing the game with Shadow and all that. That's how good a job he voiced it. And Jim Carrey, good old Jim Carrey, the legend, comedian. Jim Carrey, man, he kills a Dr. Eggman. If this is his last film, bravo. He kills it. He does well, definitely does his thing as the Eggman, man. He killed it. Playing two different characters. Remember, he plays Dr. Ivo Eggman, and he plays Dr. Gerald Robotnik as well. So playing two different characters, he killed it. He's dope. Like I said, man, I know he even makes a reference about it in the film, but man, dude kills it. He kills it as Eggman. So, like I said, man, this dude definitely like does his thing. If this is his last film, I know he was contemplating retirement or not. If this is his last film, as as playing Eggman and playing in the Sonic film, hey, bravo to him, man. A standing ovation for this. If this is his last film, so he kills it as the Eggman. He kills it, man. Play in both of these roles as Gerald Robotnik and Ivo Robotnik. So he kills it, man. And everybody else did as well. A voice actor. Everybody that plays Sonic, Idris Elba's Knuckles did good as well. So everybody else. Ben Schwartz is Sonic. I forgot his name. Ben Schwartz is Sonic did his thing, and I forgot the lady's name that plays Tails. She plays the voice of Tails in the video games and all that as well. She kills it as well. Like everybody else does good as well in the film. But that's just the main two standouts. Like I said, this is a Shadow film, so Keanu Reeves does his thing. And like I said, Jim Carrey always steals the scene, does his thing as Eggman. And all. And also, it's the number one movie in America. And of course, like I said, I didn't open up as big as Sonic Hedgehog 2 did. As opening this one, Sonic Hedgehog 2 opened up at 72 million. Sonic Hedgehog 3, this film opened up at 62 million. But just this movie right here got a higher score on Rotten Tomatoes than all the other Sonics did. Sonic 3 did. So, like I said, I'd agree this is the better film of the franchise. I feel like that's definitely for certainly it's the better film of all the franchises as well. So I just think the only thing different, I think Sonic 2 maybe had a better end credit song because it had Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi is Kid Cudi, so it's hard to, replace Kid Cudi. So and all that. Jelly, no offense to Jelly Roll, his song at the end of the film is good, but Kid Cudi is Kid Cudi, so and all that. But like I said, that's the only thing I would say was probably better. Sonic 2 had maybe. I know a lot of people said they like Sonic 2 better. Well, not a lot of people. A couple people are saying like Sonic 2 better. The only thing I think was better about Sonic 2 was exactly that, the end of the soundtrack film with Kid Cudi with Stars in the Sky. He had the end. Jelly Roll Running is good, but it's not like as good. Just not as good as as Kid Cudi's is. So it's hard. Like two different kind of artists, and like I said, Kid Cudi is the legend, man. So it's gonna be hard to top that, you know. But let me talk about some of the stuff in the film. So the film, first starts off with like Shadow escaping, which is the epic fire scene. Escapes. He's out there in Tokyo being trapped. He escapes and he just kills it when he takes down all the gun agents and everything like that. Then, like I said, bear with me, kind of skip through like the most important part of the film. Then we see Sonic. He's out jogging and everything like that. So and all that. Then he's countered by some gun agents played by Christian Ritter. A couple of gun agents, one of them played by Christian Ritter. Everybody knows her from Jessica Jones. Like I said, she was good in that. Everybody knows that she was good at Jessica Jones. But she comes in, tells them, hey, we need Team Sonic's help and all that. And that's when we get the epic scene everybody sees, on the internet and everything of Team Sonic going against Team Shadow, and Shadow takes them down easily and all. So that starts off in the film. Then we get kind of the middle part where we start getting more of Shadow's origin story of why he is where he is and with Maria, and I loved it. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did. I loved it. Seeing the story arc with him and Maria, seeing all that, how like Shadow really just a misunderstood, person. He's not a bad dude, but just how much love he had for Maria, and she only wouldn't understood him because he felt like they looked at him like he was some kind of creature or something like that, some kind of animal. And all you see the bond and all that they shared together, the love he had so much for her. That's why when she was taken out by gun agents, which, like I said, they did it differently in the movie. Kind of stand, it's a kids film. They did in the actual game. The actual game, one of the gun agents actually do kill Maria and everything and all. In the film, they had her like, I think she got blasted because they shot at one of the gun agents shot at a chaotic thing, a chaotic like spear or something like that. It was like something they hit and all that. Then end up taking Maria out. That's how she ended up dying and everything. And we see that. That's what made Shadow, so raged and upset, and so and everything. So we see that. Also with Sonic, we're seeing this film. The main thing, the story arc about this film, which I love so much, is about power, friendship, and teamwork. And that's the main thing about this film. That's why I said this film had a good story as well. Friendship and teamwork. We also seen the film when like we see Agent Stone, because Agent Stone, he had a real more bigger part in this film than he had in the other two films. I liked his character so much in this film. We see more of him, relatable, being the character, how he feels kind of neglected with Gerald and Ivo's relationship. Now he feels kind of left out and everything like that. We see him more humanize his character, seeing like, oh, he has his love for, Gerald. I mean, not Gerald, but has his love for Ivo, their relationship to the core, how close they are and everything like that. So I'm liking we really get his character. But we see when we have a talk with him and Tails, and Tails saying how it feels good to be Sonic assistant. He said, no, I'm not his assistant. We're actually friends. We're buddies and all and everything like that. He kind of says, aren't you and Eggman the same kind of way? He's like, yeah. So relationship, this was about friendship. He, like I said, feel neglected, feel like are me and Eggman friends and all that. And we of course see at the end of the film and all that, which I'm going everywhere with this. Bear with me. At the end of the film, where Eggman realizes, hey, that's really like my only friend. That really was the only person that really was truly my friend was Agent Stone. That was it. So that made up for that, made it definitely like, made him feel like, oh, dang, and all that. Because he was hurt by it. Like I said, that was his friend. That was his buddy and all that. So that's what we got in the middle of the film. So I feel like in the middle of the film, that's basically what we get on, along as also as well when they're trying to find the key. And big part in the film, going to the middle part now. The middle part of the film, when they find like the code in the card, they're trying to get this disc and all that, Team Sonic along with Tom and Maddie and all that, because they have a very small role in this film. I know people like it that human characters weren't in the film enough, or they weren't needed that much in the film as well. I like how they got the human characters in this film and all. I feel like they're just right where we need them at. They played a perfect role and all that. But long story short, in this part of the film, when they both try to get the codes and everything like that to stop Shadow, Eggman and Gerald along with Agent Stone to take down, to try to rule the world and everything like that. Shadow actually ends up coming in along. It's like a big, huge fight scene. I mean, not a huge fight scene, but a huge scene where it's like the gun agents, Tom and Maddie, and Team Sonic all trying to get the code and get the piece and all that and everything. Along with, Eggman and along with Ivo and Gerald and all that. Which starts off with funny little dance scene. The only thing I'm saying is too, the dance scene with Gerald and Ivo is funny. I actually like it. Some people didn't care for that scene. I thought it was funny when they were dancing, trying to go through the wires and everything. It's not the wires, but go through the code, to go through the wires, the red thing. I forgot what you call those things. But when they were trying to go through the things in the dance scene, people didn't know the film I'm talking about. I thought it was good. I thought it was funny. The only thing I'm saying about with this film, if Jim Carrey does leave, I don't know who's going to take that role as a comedy. I don't know how you can do it without Jim Carrey. That's what everybody loves about it. Everybody loves Jim Carrey. That's the main people. The people aren't even Sonic fans. They love Jim Carrey in this. I don't know how you're going to replace him and how you're going to do it with the comedy. Because some people say like Sonic jokes are like up and down. They're hit and miss with a lot of his jokes. So I don't know how that's going to work in the next film. Also as well, please don't. That's what goes back to my end credits scene. I'm talking about the end credits scene in the movies. Don't do the Thor Love and Thunder thing. Thor 3 was so good, and we love Thor 3 so much. But then Thor 4, probably one of the weakest Marvel movies ever, because they focused too much on the comedy. You had one of the most famous Marvel villains in God the Butcher and all that and everything. And you turned that and made it a comedy. Didn't even make his villain really that serious. And you had a good actor in Christian Bale doing it. That's one thing I hope. I just hope. Don't do it. Don't do it, Paramount. Please don't, like Jeff Fowler. Don't turn Sonic 4 into a straight comedy. Don't focus too much on the silliness and the funny. I know it's a kid's movie, but don't be too silly and too funny if you don't have Jim Carrey in this, because I don't know who's going to provide that other comedy and spark in it, because that's what I'm at danger, because this is peak Sonic right here. So I don't want the next film to be like, we focus too much on the comedy. Don't do that. Please, whatever you do, don't focus too much on the comedy of the film. That's the only thing. Don't make it the Thor Love and Thunder situation, where it's a huge step down in all that next film, because of the character I'm introducing them. They get introduced to in the next film, which I'm beginning to talk about. That might turn into the Thor Love and Thunder thing. So don't do that. But as I was saying, so that's what happened with that. That's a funny scene with Gerald and Eggman. So then next part, we finally get to see where Tom tries to escape and tries to disguise as a gun agent, take it from Christian Ritter's character, Ancient Rockwell, and get the code back and everything. But then Shadow appears, and Shadow ends up thinking it's I can't forget his name, the other head gun agent who was part of that team that was responsible for killing Maria. Shadow thinks it's him, and Shadow punched him real hard. Then he sees it's Tom and takes Tom out. Then Sonic comes and sees oh dang. He said, "What did you do?" And Shadow said, "I did what I had to." But then you see Shadow with a conscience thinking dang, he just how he looked when he saw Maria. Maria was, down and out. He looking at Sonic is the same way. And this when Sonic goes in rage. He's upset. He tells Knuckles, "I need that Emerald. I need that Chaos Control Emerald. I need it." And Knuckles said, "No, we're not supposed to use it for revenge." And Tails says, "No, we can't use it for revenge." And Sonic's like, "No, no." And looks like we might get another showdown between Sonic and Knuckles. But Knuckles hits with a famous line that says, dang, he pretty much, saying "Hey, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to do it. You go get the Emerald. Hey, I'll tell you where it is. You get it. I'm not going to, go to war with you about it," and all that. It just, like I said, I forgot the famous line, but it's just a good line in the film. Like I said, the writing in this, so excellent. Along with the film where it said when Sonic and Shadow have a talk and say, I'm skipping all over the place, when Sonic and Shadow are in the sky, and they say when they're having that battle, and they're saying even if the stars don't show, the stars are still bright, even with them out, we're not showing. And just, man, the writing, the lines in this film, the writing, it just, just so good in this film. So we find out where Knuckles, when Knuckles hit the Emerald Key. And I already knew he said the most fearsome, stronger warrior who holds the Chaos Emerald and all that. I already knew, I told my homeboy in the audience, I'm like, when he was watching the film, I told my homeboy, it's Wade. Yeah, it's Wade. Wade got it as soon as he said that. And we get the cameo from Wade and all that. So I was wondering what Wade was going to show up in the film, because I heard he was in it. And he does show up at the very, middle part and all that, close to the end. He makes the cameo, and he's has the Chaos Emerald, but he's playing hockey with it. Just like I said, it was so serious. I felt like you had to have Wade, because we were just having so many serious moments in the film that we needed Wade to be the comic relief, and that's what he was, to show up as like a comic relief, to tone things down a bit before we got that huge battle and all that. And Sonic, says, "Hey, no way, I'm not playing. I need to know where it is. I need that Chaos Emerald." And Sonic just easy takes it from him and all that. And then we get pretty much to the epic fight between Sonic Super Shadow versus Super Sonic. And boy, was that scene so epic. It's like watching Vegeta and Goku fight in a movie theater. That's how I felt like watching that scene when they go at it and all that. And Sonic almost takes Shadow down, look like he's about to hurt him, but he remembered what Tom Tellum said: "Never change your heart, never change who you are." And when they have a line with each other, Sonic says, "Hey, when I lost Longclaw, it hurt too. The pain never goes away, but the love is still there." That's what you have to remember, and that's what you have to tell him about Remuria. The love is always going to be there, Shadow. That's what you have to know. And Shadow and Sonic end up, shaking hands, and Shadow says, "Yeah, this is all my fault. I need to make things work." And Sonic said, "I'll help you out. Every time you fix a problem, I know how it is to make it better. We need help to fix the problem and everything." So that's another thing, like I said, about this film, about regardless of the circumstances, regardless of anything, don't change your heart, change who you are. And and we get the most, probably my favorite scene in the whole film. This one I was geeking out with my homeboy. We get Super Sonic and Super Shadow both fighting and both taking down all the Eggman robots and pretty much saving, trying to transfer them, the moon, transfer, the machine somewhere else, not to destroy the whole world and all that. And we get the epic song of Sonic Adventure 2, Live and Learn. I was so excited, boy, when I heard Live and Learn, man. I was geeked out, man. I was geeked, man, when I saw Live and Learn. I was wild out when I heard that. Playing Live and Learn. Then we got the money shot of them two together crossing over just like part of the logo of the game. I was like, oh my, this is peak cinema. This is, like I said, thank you, Jeff Fowler. This is just, man, it's peak cinema. When I saw that, oh my goodness, like, I enjoyed myself when I saw that part. Like, oh, just the epic, just the fun part and all that. Then we get transformed to get back, and when Ivo tells, not Ivo, but Gerald tells Ivo, oh, I'm pretty much trying to destroy the whole world. We're not just going to rule it. We're going to destroy the whole world and all that. Because even when Agent Stone and Shadow have that talk, and Shadow tells him, like a line we see in the trailer, oh, when we're done, there won't be anything left to rule. And that's when Agent Stone even called, we're trying to tell, Gerald, tell Ivo, like, no, he plans on just destroying the whole world. And Eggman's looking like, whoa, like, that's it? I just want to rule the world and all and everything like that. And he says, oh, I have you now, even though I never had anybody. Because, it's like I said, another thing with Eggman's film, he's never been loved, never had a family, never had anything. And he says, I have you now and all that. And Gerald tells him, yeah, but you're no Maria, though. Oh, and it's just like, dang. And then we get the little funny fight scene of them, both having their own gadgets, having, like, octopus arms and all that, even like a scorpion type tail and all that. Epic fight scene and all that. But we see, it looks like Ivo has, looks like Gerald has knocked Ivo out. Then Ivo comes with Tails and Knuckles and all that, and ends up taking him down, pretty much taking him out. And then that's when Ivo says the epic line and says, hey, if I can't rule the world, I might as well save it and all that. He does his last shot of his toes, pretty much pronounce his love to Agent Stone and says, hey, Agent Stone, you're only true friend and all that. And both him and Shadow sacrifice themselves. Shadow takes off, his rings he have on his wrist and pretty much sacrifice himself. They both sacrifice themselves, I should say, to save the world and everything like that. And like Sonic and Knuckles, like they both get out. And Knuckles realizes he still has one of the ring and all that. He tells Tails before he jumps out of the sky, have one more ring left. And Knuckles and Tails both help Sonic. I mean, not Knuckles and Tails both help Sonic save him and all that. And when Knuckles grabbing the ring and they go back to Earth, Knuckles and Sonic and everything. And they realize the world has been saved, and Shadow and Robotnik sacrifice themselves to save the world and all. So Sonic apologized to his friends for going on his own, seeking revenge and all that and everything, and realize it. Like I said, another thing too, Knuckles really was a good prominent role in this film. Like I said, he's like the Drax of this. People always say this. He's a fish out of water. But Knuckles not an idiot or nothing like that. It just, he's that, like I said, fish out of water and all that. But he really played a prominent role, being mature, like even giving a line saying about, hey, we shouldn't use the Chaos Emerald for revenge, all that, and everything. Knuckles really was more of a voice of reason a lot in this film and everything. So that's another thing, I like to talk about. Knuckles, like I said, played a prominent role. Tails played a prominent role in this film. So it was all funny, what I'm saying. Both of them played a good role. That's made the film so fun and interesting. But at the end, we see Tom is all right. We see him just with a cast on his arm. He okay. And Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails have the final race and all that and everything. I'd like to talk about, too, in the beginning of the film. I forgot to say this, too. Another thing, they played even the Sonic, games when they do the ring thing. That music was at the beginning. So a lot of Easter eggs and stuff. So many Easter eggs they did in this film. From Sonic games you ever played like I did. So many Easter eggs in this film. But at the end, they have one final race and all that. We see them racing. Then the credit scene. Let me talk about the spoilers. Mid credit scene, we see Sonic. It seems like he's running so fast and beat everybody. He's all the way in New York, and we get Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic comes in. Looks like Metal Sonic, like Sonic has took down. So like there's only one Metal Sonic. Now we see it's a bunch of them. Then a bunch of them come out and all that, and we see this mysterious person come with a hammer and just take all the Metal Sonic out. And we see it's the one and only Amy. So Amy and Metal Sonic both come in this mid-credit scene, and it's just coincidence the 30th anniversary of both of them. Both of them debuted in the Sonic CD game in the same year and all that. So now, and we got both of them in this end-credit scene. Man, so we got Amy in this film. This can mean a lot. We don't know where these Metal Sonic come from because Eggman's supposed to have died and sacrificed himself. We don't know if he had this before he died or anything, or this something about Agent Stone, or something we can go even further. Is an Eggman from the future that had these Metal Sonic, and that's where they come from, or something like that, or something else, another villain or something like that, that comes from, like, it's a bunch of, layers. It could be Mephiles, it could be somebody, another villain that got these Eggman, and they got these Metal Sonics out there attacking Sonic and everything. So it could be a lot. Only thing I said about this now, we know Sonic could love interest of Amy. We know this. I'm glad they made Amy more like she's somebody that actually can fight. Actually has a lot of, gadgets and all that, and she can handle her own. The only thing I'm saying is, only thing I'm for sure and definitely saying is, don't turn this to a Thor Love Thunder situation. It becomes a love story with her and Sonic. Don't turn to that. Please don't. That's what I'm saying, Paramount. Don't turn to that to like a love story with her and Sonic because the love interest they have for each other. And keep this still how it is and all and everything. You can have a little bit of love in there, but not make this a Thor and Love Thunder situation. It becomes more of a love story and comedy instead of actual, movie and all. But it's interesting to see where, Amy came from. Did she come from a different future or something like that, or did the Metal Gear come from a different kind of world or something like that? That's very, gonna be very interesting. Definitely. So I can't, like I said, I can't wait concerning and all that. And because of the future, and we all know who's part of that future thing when you come from the future, Silver. Silver is another guy. So we get Silver. Everybody been wanting to see Silver. We might get Silver in this film. He's the most forgotten character we don't talk about enough, based off the fact because the Sonic game he was on, Sonic 06, is one of the weaker games people don't really like that much. But let's see, if we get Silver in here. That would be funny if we finally can get Silver. Let's hope so. Let's definitely hope we can get Silver in this thing. It's definitely going to be funny if we get Silver and all that in this. I can't wait and all that. So, it's so many stories they can tell. Like I said, we're getting close to the Sonic Heroes thing where we have everybody together and all that, especially Amy, because we got our core members now with Amy, Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, and Tails. So, let's see. Let's see how it goes and all that. Then the end credit scene. We got Shadow. Shadow is still alive, like we all know from the game. When he sacrificed himself like he's dead, but he does come back. He is back. Shadow is back for certain. Now, with Shadow coming back, we might get a spin-off. I'm hoping we get a spin-off of him, but we got a spin-off of Knuckles. Because we heard Sonic 4 does not come out till spring of 2027. It's already been announced Sonic 4 is coming. We already know it's coming. It's coming spring of 2027. Just like the first two movies. Because really, the first two movies, Sonic, I remember that came out during the pandemic, but that was kind of during springtime, the first Sonic movie. And Sonic 2 came out around April. That was during springtime as well. So, like the Sonic 4 will follow that tradition of coming out in the spring, just like the first two Sonic movies did. So we know that's coming. So I don't think we're not gonna have to wait 3 years to see any Sonic characters or anything like that. I believe for certain we're gonna get a spin-off with Shadow, and I hope we do this. Hope it's dope. Maybe we got a spin-off Shadow maybe by his origin, being spend time with Rhea, or maybe get a spin-off, like I said, of him, coming back to Earth, of him, doing certain kind of things and everything. And maybe we might finally get Rogue and Omega in this film. Not in the film, in the spin-off TV show. I'd rather see a Shadow spin-off movie than TV show, but if we get either one of those, I would want to see Rogue come in any one of them. Hopefully we get Rogue or something like that, Rogue and Omega in the film, and maybe it could be something that lays up to the Sonic 4 movie or something like that. Because the Knuckles TV show, it was okay, it was decent. I liked it. It felt, like I said, more like the Wade show, like everybody said after the final 3 episodes. That's what it kind of felt like, the Wade show. And it didn't lead to nothing that happened in Sonic, 3 or anything like that. Hopefully in Shadow's television spinoff maybe, or a spinoff movie, it leads something to the next film and all that and everything. And like I said, everybody's been asking about Rogue and Omega. Hopefully we get them. Because like I said, we're getting close to having the Sonic Heroes, Sonic 06, all the characters team up together. I really hope that. I really for certain hope we get that. I really do. For certain and all that. So let's hope now that we, of course, Shadow's alive and everything like that, and hopefully we get, like I said, the Shadow spinoff movie or TV show, and we get another one of my favorite characters role in that or anything. And like I said, we might get something like I said in Sonic 5. I feel like that'll be like the Sonic Heroes adventure thing, and maybe we get like Sonic, Silver, and Shadow both in one film. Be like having like Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man all together, like the big trio, all in one film, because that'll be so fun and epic. Because like I said, the director said they want to make a Sonic cinematic universe and all. They have Sonic stuff out almost every year, so hopefully we get that. Hopefully, it could be something epic like that. Like have Sonic, Silver, and Shadow all team up together, like on some Avengers type thing, and all along with other characters as well, because that'll be fun and all that. So hopefully we get something like that and all. So, like I said, hope y'all bear with me. I know I've been talking a lot. Like I said, I told you this video to be long. I discussed everything that happened in the movie, all the big stuff and everything, and talk about how much I liked it. Like I said, I give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. I'm not gonna say 9 out of 10 because, like I said, still some stuff maybe could work. Like I said, some of the jokes didn't land that well and everything. But I give this film an 8.5 out of 10. My favorite movie I've seen this year. So I definitely loved it and enjoyed it a lot. But like I said, this is my favorite movie. Like I said, Shadow's one of my favorite characters, period. So it's one of my favorite storylines ever. So I enjoyed this film. I liked it a lot. Man, I hope y'all did too as well. Like I said, this is my review on Sonic Movie 3. Like I said, y'all stay tuned for my next review. I'm probably going to do a review on Lion King. I still haven't seen that yet. I got to do a review on that. But I'm definitely going to check out the Lion King and do my movie review on that. So y'all stay tuned for that. But this right here is my review on Sonic Movie 3. Once again, like I said before in the beginning of this video, make sure hope y'all have a very blessed and Merry Christmas and be safe wherever you're at. This right here is my review. Y'all be blessed. Like I said, I'm out. This is Sly News, Sly Media. I'm out.